Making the transition from Wright State to Ohio State, what are kind of the biggest things you've had to do to make that jump?
Honestly, I was at Wright State for 5 years, so the biggest thing was just like walking into a new facility for the first time. Like I was so comfortable and so used to what I had been through at Wright State, and so now walking into somewhere new like this, that's been the biggest adjustment. The people here, are great. No complaints so far.
To have 5 years of college basketball experience under your belt, how does that help you coming into a new program?
I really think I've seen just about all you can see in college basketball: winning, losing, everything in between. Close teams that weren't that close. So I think just like the experience of having been through college so long, I think I have like a wisdom that I can help try and educate these younger guys with.
So you had a former teammate, Tanner Holden, who played here. Did you talk to him at all about making this transition?
I did. Yeah, I did. We were actually close. Because we lived together my first year at Wright State, and I actually knew him even before that. Social just family and stuff like that. So I definitely talked to him about that, talking about Ohio State specifically. So he's definitely been a good friend and a good resource to have when it came to this process.
What are the biggest things he told you about how to be prepared for this?
Really, like the jump from mid-major to high major is big. The competition level you're going to face every night. We usually only get 1 or 2 high major games a year at Wright State, or any mid-major for that reason. So it's just going to be a lot tougher. Like the intensity is going to go up at times, and you have to match that, or you're going to get swallowed up, and it's going to be over for you.
How do you feel like this offseason's helped you kind of prepare for that?
Just playing against these guys in the gym right now. They're all Big Ten elite caliber players, and going against that every day has been good for me. That competition has propelled me and just made me better.
What do you feel like your role can be for this team this year?
I think I'm a very versatile player, so my role is kind of hard to set in stone. It could be different any given night. So really, just whatever the coaches need from me, whatever this team needs from me in particular to win that given night is what I'll bring.
How do you feel like you've been able to kind of develop that versatile game over the course of your career?
I just think it's something that I kind of always had. I don't know how to phrase that, but it's just like the extra work I put in over the years has kind of led me to do that. The coaching at Wright State kind of made me into the player I am today. So just a lot of those factors just developed me into who I am today.
Being an Ohio guy, what does it mean to wear the Ohio State uniform?
Man, it's awesome. It's cool. The scarlet and gray is something a lot of people want to wear and don't always get to wear. So I'm very very blessed and grateful that I get to wear this. Only for a year, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'm going to make the most of it.
Would you have guessed this back when you were in high school, but you'd end up wearing an Ohio State uniform?
No, absolutely not. A lot of things in my college career I could have never, ever predicted would happen. But here I am sitting here today.
What are some of those things that you didn't expect?
First off, being in college 6 years. That's something I don't think anyone can ever truly plan for. Being able to transfer, like when I came into college, transferring into sit out a year, that wasn't even a thing. I got injured my first year. That's another thing. Just there's a lot of things I never thought would happen. Like I said, here I am, though.
How do you feel like that, that whole journey of being there for 6 years, how do you feel like you will benefit from all that in the long run?
I think, the tough times are the times you learn the most in. If things always go easy for you, you don't really learn a whole lot. So, when things were going wrong early in my career and stuff, I was able to push through that and, see the light in the tunnel. And that made my last 3 years at Wright State, made my last 3 years a lot better for me. And it gave me this opportunity to be here. So, just a lot of...
How much pride do you take in having the opportunity to be one of the guys that helps this program get back to the tournament?
Man, that'd be awesome to say at the end of my career, looking back, I was a part of an Ohio State team that did something special. Was able to, I can't say turn it around. They've only, had a couple bad years that they didn't make the tournament, but to be able to get back on that team that makes the tournament and starts with something special here, I think would be really cool.
Do you see this team having what it takes to get there?
I do. I absolutely do. I've been a part of a tournament team. I didn't play, but I was redshirting that year, so I've seen what it takes. Along with just being in college basketball this long, I know what it takes. I've seen other teams in the Horizon League make it, and what their teams are built like, and I think this team is on that path to at-large bid for sure, and I think we'll compete in the Big Ten really well.
What are those things you've seen that it takes that this team has?
You got to have a good sense of chemistry. That comes with trust and responsibility and knowing your role, knowing your place on the team, and that sort of thing. And that's something we'll get to a little later here. But as far as the trust goes, the chemistry level we already have is pretty high, and just an intensity. You got to be strong across the board. You can't have 1 or 2 guys that are going to just carry you. You got to have You got to have great play across the board. You got to have good bench. You got to have depth. There's a lot of things that goes into this, and I think Ohio State this year has what it takes.
For you personally, what do you feel like are the biggest areas in which you can grow your game here in your final year of college basketball?
I feel like these guys are all ready for this.
That's a good question. I think just trying to play in the Big Ten, figure out what that takes. It's going to be new for me. It's going to be adjustment. Just playing against these tougher competition teams every single night is going to be an adjustment. But it's something I'm ready to take on. There's a lot of things I can get better at over the course of this year, so I'm looking to do that.
Is there anything particular from these coaches, from this program, that you've learned so far, but you feel like it's made you a better player?
Oh man, it's a great question. Anything in particular? I don't know if I can give you a great answer to that, honestly. Sorry about that.
But you mentioned like the competition level. Like, how is it different? Just like coming here, competing with these guys every day, than maybe anything you've experienced in the past.
Yeah, I'm on a roster full of Big Ten players, elite athletes, elite players, smart guys, strong guys. So just playing against that every day, every position. Like, even if I might get a mismatch of a smaller guy, like they're going to be smart enough to be able to try and defend me like a guard would, and maybe I'm not always used to that. So just having that versatility of being able to play against elite guards, elite bigs, elite wings has been great.